everybody. Hold on just a second while I make sure both of my connections are okay. Thanks for being here. I'm going to start in just a second once we have all of our technology aligned. You're getting a poor connection on your... Okay, thanks for tuning in. Oh, it's nice to see so many of you here. Okay, I'm gonna let you try to make the phone work for Instagram because it's saying it's a bad connection. I want to get to my Instagram folks, although I'm happy to see some of my younger folks who are typically on Instagram on Facebook tonight. Thanks for making the switch, you guys. I know Instagram is your preferred platform, except for you, Jess Sabatino. I know you love the Facebook. Thanks for being here tonight. We sent out our announcement this morning about our decision to not hold camp at ECC this summer, which was a decision that was just so hard to make and to land on. And I wanted to get the information out in the best way possible. But I also wanted to talk to you. I'm like almost getting used to talking to my phone and imagining all of you on the other side. And I just couldn't have something so huge happen in our community without a chance to check in. So Sarah is working hard to post this on our website right now. She's so fast, I'm sure she's already there. But I just want to take the opportunity to say thanks to Sarah and to Joyce and Lance and Faith and Joanne and Craig, our year-round staff, who have just been so incredible during this time, so flexible, so willing to do whatever it takes to try to bring camp to you all in every way. And they were so supportive through this decision-making process and holding all of you and their thoughts and prayers while we did it together. So I just couldn't be more grateful for that team. So we had really hoped to be able to offer something this summer. I had a preliminary conversation with my summer staff about maybe holding a half a summer. And if I'm being honest, I had this I had this dream of this kind of triumphant return for all of us to normal life and something that we could look forward to together and that we could kind of celebrate, and that even though it would be a half summer, it would be so fantastic that it would make up for not having the whole summer together. I mean, I had big dreams and high hopes, like I think we all did, right? When this thing started. And so that was the plan. And then like you, we started to see that this thing wasn't going to work quite how we thought, right? And more decisions kept rolling out, and the first phases of reopening America came out, and we started looking at those, and we started listening to the governor's plans for Rhode Island, and it just became more and more clear that anything that we could offer at camp, like I said in that letter today, that anything we could offer would have serious limitations on how many people could be there. Like less than the number of summer staff that I hire could be there, and that we would have to continue social distancing, and lots of practical issues, wearing face masks and extensive health checks and PPE for nurses. There were so many practical reasons that would make it difficult, but more than that, because anyone who knows me knows that practical doesn't hold me back. But I make my decisions from more of a spiritual place. And spiritually, what it looked like camp would be didn't feel right. You guys know we're not like other camps. We're not just providing activities for kids. We can't send a group of 10 kids to go do archery and a group of 10 kids to canoe. It's just not how we roll. The whole point of our program is to foster relationships with one another and with God and with ourselves. And every activity that we do together to foster that involves proximity more than some of us want in the middle of the summer, to be honest, when we're starting to get a little tired and hot. But it's just what we do. We start every day with church together and hugging one another at the peace, and we end each week by putting our arms around one another and saying the conference center hymn, and we crowd together on the dance floor and we dance, and it's just all of it is about being as close as we can possibly be. And so social distancing with only a portion of our community just didn't feel like us. But experiencing this together and grieving together and kind of sharing a common loss, as hard as it is, did feel true to who we are. This community is so special. Oh my word, have you made that clear to me today? We have been so overwhelmed by the responses. I mean, even just what you're putting on this comment thread right now, so overwhelmed by the love that's been shared and the generosity. People have just made donations. People have been so quick to offer to donate their camp program money already to the camp. People who aren't in a financial position to do that. And if you are one of those people, please, we are happy to refund your money as soon as it would help you to have it back. But even people who have had to do that have done it with love and kindness and gratitude for the camp program. I mean, it has just been so overwhelming that even though it's like a place of heartbreak and loss, I feel so connected to you all, just so tied to this community. And it has been just incredible to behold and to have, to share, even though it's an experience I could never have imagined sharing with you. It's an honor to share it with you, you know, and to do this together with you. But I do want to say that we're not doing nothing this summer, okay? We're not doing camp as we know it. But we're also not going to sail off into the sunset. Like, we don't have any boats. We're going to be here with you in some way. And if there's anything that the last couple of months have shown us, it's that we have figured out how to be connected even when we can't be all on the same property. We are hopeful to open the property up in some way, even if it's just so you and your little family unit can go up and stand in the barn and say a prayer or walk down to the lake or just be there. If there's any possibility for some kind of small programming, you know, we will do our best to make it happen. And then in the meantime, we'll figure out ways to bring fun to you and to bring connection to you, even if we can't be in the same place with physical proximity. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. I said to my summer staff, my year-round staff this morning in our staff meeting, I said, it's like one of those nights where you get to evening program and you get the like thing that you're supposed to do with your cabin. You find out what the assignment for evening program is, and it's a doozy. And you think to yourself, there is no way I can make anything fun out of this. But then what happens? Like, camp magic happens. And somehow these counselors take their cabins back to the cabin and they come up with some plan and some ridiculous thing, and everybody just goes all in and they bring the fun. And before you know it, that evening program that you thought was going to be just a disaster is one of the best nights of the year. Or as Faith pointed out, it's like when you get rained out and suddenly everybody just starts dancing in the rain. I don't yet know what the camp magic is going to be this summer, but I know that there will be camp magic. That said, this isn't the day to try to make this positive, because this is a huge loss. And one of the reasons I wanted to just go ahead and make the announcement and have it be done was so that we could like grieve together and turn our attention to what's next, but it's not time to turn yet. Today is the day for crying and for grieving and for calling your camp friends and lamenting this loss, and for just kind of coming to terms with what it means that we can't have camp together this summer. And if you've listened to any of the other stuff I've said since this pandemic started, I have said we have to let ourselves grieve. I have been crying for the better part of the week. And I'm sure that many of you, especially some of my campers and staff, have shed tears today or yesterday. I talked to my camp summer staff last night about this in a moment that I could never have imagined in this job. And the truth of it is that for lots of us, this is a loss because it just exemplifies so many of the other losses that we've had. And because we just celebrated 70 years of summer at camp, only to have this unthinkable thing happen. And because we know what it means to people to be there and to not have the opportunity to be there. But I know that you all know that the people who are going to absorb this loss the most is our current campers and staff. Our younger kids who just can't wait to be with their favorite counselor and to see the friends they made last year and to make new friends. Our bridge campers who just spend the whole year desperately waiting to be at camp again for the most epic talent show that has ever happened in the history of the world. Our teen campers, many of whom just kind of get through the school year so that they can be at the place where they feel like they can be the most themselves. And our staff, who look forward to these summers, not just over the course of the school year, but for years of dreaming about having this experience and about growing into the people that they will be because of the experience for the rest of their life. It's a huge loss for you all. And I know that I speak for the whole year-round staff and this wider community when I say that we are just all feeling for you and surrounding you with as much love as we have. Because it's just not fair that you would have this opportunity taken away from you. It is not fair. And I just hope you feel surrounded by all of us. Even though I couldn't figure out how to get the phone to work on Instagram, I'll get it to you guys, I promise. But I just hope you feel that love. So when I started to realize that this was the announcement that we had to make today, I started to think about what I wanted to say to you. And I don't know. Maybe it's because half the time I'm saying anything to you lately, I'm saying it from the laundry room and I'm singing. But I immediately started thinking about a song. And I'm not in the laundry. I thought about doing this from the laundry room, but it felt more like I needed to do it from the place that I have church. But one of the activities that I did this past summer with the kids in a chaplain's time is we talked about what would it be like if you envisioned or thought about some of the pop songs that you love in your life and imagined, like think about a love song that's a pop song and imagine that that song is being sung to you from God instead of from one human to another. I will admit, I did not receive quite the engagement in this activity that I was hoping for. I don't know, maybe it was just like a really hot day or people were bored or I was boring. It could have been all of those things. But it's something that I've kind of always thought about. Sometimes when I hear songs that really make, I think people have the wrong expectations about what humans can do for one another, but that's a sermon for another time. But I like to envision how God would sing of that love to us. And so against all my better judgment, I want to sing you a song, not from the laundry room. And I would just like you to imagine that this is what God might say to you. And it is certainly what I would say to you. Jonathan's here with me. I don't sing songs without Jonathan during pandemics. My backup. Okay, here we go. casting shadows and the stars appear, and there's no one there to dry your tears. Wish I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met, no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go crawling up the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. Wish I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love. I love you, friends. Take care.